Hi, it's Gabby with an I, and welcome to my very first review of a show that is already over. I was in the middle of moving, so in order for me to get this started, I kind of had to wait till I was in here, and would you know it, show's already done. But the reunion is going on, so let's talk about it. Okay. In honor of all of the YouTubers that I'm trying to be, we're gonna get into the looks first, which are awful. Heather, here's the thing. I'm not exactly the skinniest girl in the world. Obviously not the biggest. However, if you are big or Yeti-esque, you kind of need to show a little bit of skin. Just look like a Yeti in gift wrap. It's not cute for me. To get all the BBC you've been trying to get and fetishize, you need to show a little bit of skin. Lisa, whose jaw does this. I'll get into her later. Her dress was giving me very much Mother of Moses. Right before she put him in the basket and sent him down the river. I think maybe if the dress was the same color as her skin that she dipped and dyed before she came in there, then maybe I'd like it more. Mary. I'm gonna give you someone's number. She's very near and dear to me. I don't really like her lifestyle, but I like her swagger. So her name is Cruella DeVille. She hunts down puppies and makes outfits. You obviously hunt down squirrels. Maybe y'all could team up and work something out. It would be designer, you know? Jen, I'm not mad about your outfit. I'm mad that you showed up to set in that outfit and didn't bring your horse and your battle axe with you. You know those dolls that you pull the string and then they would spin? You would get them in the 90s. I think they discontinued. I'm gonna leave her alone. Meredith, you look nice. You look pretty. You look cute. You look like the pretty lady that you put in the box and the magician saws you in half. That was your outfit. Whitney. Christmas party. You gave Christmas party, and you would be the prettiest person at a Christmas party. However, it's not a Christmas party. We start off with Mary and a shady viewer asking questions. First of all, I don't think it's people at home. I don't think it's people at home asking questions. I think it's Andy and his team being as shady as possible. They asked Mary about her wig and asked if she didn't have any black stylist to come and do her hair. First of all, I don't believe she'd have anyone black touch her hair. Maybe mop her floors in her house, but not do her hair. She admits, she's like, yeah, my hair was a mess. My hair was a total mess and it hurt my feelings. And I'm like, yeah, okay, great. She says she doesn't have her stylist on board during the season and that's why I look like that, which, I saw you backstage and your wig looks like this. The same way it looked throughout the whole season. So, Whitney and Heather speak about the swinger community, which apparently the Mormons have a swinger community, talking about how she's not a swinger, but there are people that do that. Lisa is not having it. She's starting to unhinge her jaw and talk mess in the background. No, they don't have that. That's not Marvin. It's not Marvin 2.0. Lisa, with her alcohol company, doesn't think that that's Marvin 2.0. Interesting. They get on Brooke's sweatsuit line, which it's not even a line as much as it's just like a dot. I wish I was a designer fly on the wall over there. I didn't know you could get a fashion show for one sweatsuit, which he gave a little bit of variety. There was, hey, this is a man in a sweatsuit. This is a woman in a sweatsuit. This is a man who's tall in the sweatsuit. This is a woman with brown hair in the sweatsuit. We stand a variety queen. They get on a Jen about talking about the line, which Meredith is pissed because she says she's talking about her children. Of course, you're going to see them as your children, but that is a 20-year-old man. I don't care how much he whines, how much he complains, how spoiled he is. That is not a baby. That is a grown man who made one sweatsuit and then paraded it up and down the aisle. I don't care. We talk about Jen throwing Meredith a birthday party, even though it was actually Lisa's birthday. I thought it was weird, but then I harkened back to when Lisa said to Whitney, it doesn't matter. If I give you a gift, you should just accept that. You should just accept that gift. So accept the gift. If she wants to throw you a party and have Moana come over and Lilo and Stitch, then what can I say except you're welcome? At the party, they talk about Lisa being shady to Heather, giving her the once around and then throwing her shade. But Heather didn't do that until she saw that you were avoiding her. She says, well, I looked beautiful that night and I had this designer jacket and my hair was better. Nobody cared. She can afford any jacket you put on, sweetheart. I promise. Nobody freaking cares. They talk about Lisa calling Heather a good time girl. Apparently they ran in the same circles, but they don't know each other. But she knows that she's a good time girl, which Heather has denied. And I believe Heather, because Lisa's a turd and she's very shady and she thinks she's the smartest person in the room, which she's not. Annie says, are you a good time girl? She's like, yeah, now I'm a good time. Better than this mess, which Lisa's just in there like. So they start getting into it, and Lisa, she keeps talking over everyone, which the number one sign of somebody being guilty and dismissive is you constantly talk and can't get a word in edgewise with them because they know they're wrong. So Andy says, yeah, we're going to move on. Lisa doesn't want to move on. She said, Andy, we're not going to move on. All I have to say about that is, congratulations, Lisa, on being the only brown girl for the night who can tell Andy we're not doing something. Because if it were Potomac, Andy asked if Lisa is jealous of Whitney. Lisa's in the hot seat. I'm surprised she's not to the left or right of Andy because she is in the hot seat. Lisa says she's not jealous of Whitney. Whitney says, I don't think that she's jealous of me. I think she just looks down on me. She's jealous of her. And she looks down on her because she's living the life that she wants to live. You're fine. I'd rather be with Whitney than with Lisa. Any day. She also talks about how Lisa always has something to say about her dancing and having a good time. And Lisa's always coming out of the side of her neck to talk about her. Heather comes out and says like, hey, girl, you were doing the splits, so you can hinge your jaw right back shut. A viewer asked Mary about that Christmas tree, loofah sponge, Swiffer duster dress. Mary comes back with, well, it's a designer dress. Not everybody can fit it. I caught that shade, sweetie. I can't fit it, and thank your God that I can't. They get on to Jen and about her marriage issues and the passing of her father, which is very sad. It's very unfortunate. And apparently Heather has lost her dad and Mary has, but Mary says it with a smile. She's like, yeah, I lost mine too. I'm like, okay. We get on to plastic surgery. Everybody up there has had plastic surgery. I don't know why we're denying it. I love when people ask, hey, have you had plastic surgery? It's like, no, I haven't had that. However, I have gotten all the filling and Fix-A-Flat in my face. So yeah, doesn't count. Jen says that she's only had surgery on her nose because her son broke it with his head. How many of y'all believe it? Ma'am, you are very polygonal. You're very PS1 graphic-esque. I don't understand who you think you're trying to fool with that. I have a question. Did your baby also headbutt your cheeks? Did Sharif throw a football at your head and permanently have to get surgery on your eyebrows? Did he hit your lips? Did he accidentally pour acid on your skin? There's a lot of fixing, cropping, cutting and pasting that has happened with your face. Whitney says, yeah, I've gotten surgery. I've gotten my boobs lifted and my forehead pulled back 8 inches. Just kidding, but still. I respect it. At least she's honest about it. Yeah, I got fillers, I got Botox, whatever. Now we get on to Jen and why she has 58,000 assistants and why she needs them around so much. Annie asks, what does she do? Which is a question I would ask before casting her. But let me tell you something. They tried you, Jen. I'm going to stand up for you. They tried you. Honey, I know what you do for work. I've known for many years. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Jen has been given the Power Rangers hell since the 90s, and you will put respect on her name. A shady viewer says, for somebody in her 50s, Jen sure does throw a lot of temper tantrums and acts like a child. Jen is like, hold up. I'm not 50. I'm 49.99999. And you will respect that. We get on to Heather, and Andy asks Heather if Jen has ever apologized to her in all this time for her bad behavior. So Jen just gives her a very dry, oh, thank you, Heather, for getting me in my car and helping me and being nice and getting me to coach. Girl, it's been like a year and a half. Everybody looked at her crazy like, girl, you did not mean that. You're a sociopath. Mary gets on to Heather, and which is weird is, Mary, you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but you were kind of on it this reunion so far. Mary says, hey, Heather, why would you want someone like this? You would want a friend that's just going to treat you bad, and you're going to unconditionally... I, as a pastor, don't unconditionally love because I'm evil as shit. I don't know why you're accepting this. I'm here for it. I'm low-key kind of here for it. Jen says she should take her own advice. Mary's like, I don't want to be a friend. Like, don't you get it? And surprisingly, Jen shuts up, which I'm surprised Jen shut up. I think her Achilles heel is that if no one wants to be her friend, she has no power over you. I think that's how you release the curse. Jen, I don't want to be your friend. Quiet. Jen visiting Meredith and kicking her leg up and showing off her plastic vagina gets brought up, which, here we go again with that. Apparently Brooks, in his mind, is 5 years old and has offended him. Granted, I wouldn't want to see it either, but to act like he's just so traumatized by a vagina that he had to go to Best Buy is beyond me. He's not a child. If he had been at school, minding his damn business, and was sewing more than one sweatsuit at the time, he wouldn't have seen a vagina. But he wants camera time. I wish y'all would realize that he's there for camera time. He's not taking off of school because he wants to watch over his mother, who is trying to get her relationship back together, so he doesn't need to be there for her. He wants camera time. He's the only child with his own confessional. He's a diva. Come on. Jen and Meredith get into it for some reason, like of that whole sleepover, and she's like, well, whatever, you were up there smoking cigarettes. And I'm like, okay, why did you bring up her smoking cigarettes? I think she brought it up just to kind of like throw a underhanded dig. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, she tries to expose people, and apparently she was recording it, which is really weird. I would have cut you off then, because what else are you gonna do? What are you gonna record me doing? Parking and handicap? Oh yeah, someone already has done that, right? Why? Mary mentions how when Jen acts a damn fool, she gets a pass. But Mary, she just gets thrown to the wayside. Apparently, Mary and Lisa have beef, which I didn't know. That if you only know how nice I was to you. If you only know. I'm like, yes, if we only knew. Because, bitch, I ain't seen it. We talk about the situation where Whitney gets the bartenders from Lisa, and they come over, get drunk, and act a damn fool. Anything that Lisa does for Whitney, she thinks is just like a godsend. Like, you're welcome. You are so welcome that my bartenders came and fucked up your house. I'm not going to thank you for having them tear up my stuff. Girl, I can afford my own stuff. I think she thinks you're broke. Whitney, she thinks you're broke. They're on Lisa again. Lisa is getting it. She's not the person I expected to get like the hammer dropped on her, but I'm low-key kind of here for it. Ask Lisa, like, hey girl, why do you keep hanging up on your child? Like, what if something was happening? She's like, oh my God. My kids are good. They have a good father that is always there for them. They have concierge. They have a personal chef. They have a chauffeur. They have Postmates if they need anything. Jackie Chan is protecting our home. I'm always there for them. They can call Batman whenever they need to. Honestly, girl, you might love your kids. I don't think you like them. Because anytime you're around them, you're on your phone. You act like me if I was on a bad Tinder date. Girl, I'm just here till they stop recording. Whatever. Something in me thinks that she wouldn't take her kids to Chuck E. Cheese unless they had stocks in it. Sorry about it. They're on Lisa so hard. I love it. Lisa gets mad. Says, I wouldn't be where I am. I am where I am because of who I am. And da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da. Everyone's on her like, girl, you can get where you are without being a turd. Like, no, da-da-da-da-da. Mary chimes in and says, you don't have to make people feel bad about themselves. Now, Mary. Lisa turns around and says, you make people feel bad, too. And she's like, what do I do? Who do I make feel bad? She's like, people at your church. And I'm like, ugh. Yeah, you kind of do, girl. My phone fell. Sorry. Girl, you do kind of make your church feel bad. But it's your own cult, and you're free to do whatever you want with your cult. You are their God. And honestly, I gotta kind of give it to you a little bit. She turns around and says, you don't talk about my church. I don't talk about your alcohol. Which to me sounded like, girl, I don't talk about how you make money and scam people. Don't talk about how I make money and scam people. This is my business. You mind yours. Caught it. Whitney and Lisa get into it again. I keep dropping my phone. Sorry. Whitney pulls out some receipts for Andy to look at, and it was written in crayon apparently because Andy was like, girl, I can't read this. It's blurry. And I'm like, girl, where is Monique when you need her? I gotta get on Lisa one more time. Lisa gets on here and blames Whitney and Heather for how you, the viewer, and I see her. Girl, if they hadn't have said anything the whole season, I would have still thought you were an asshole. Quit blaming others. Can't nobody on this planet tell me how to feel about somebody else. I'm grown. I can't believe you unhinged your jaw to say that to me. You snake bitch you. They bicker, it ends. And that's the end of my review, which we'll see how it looks in editing. Thank you so much. Please like and share. Please come back. I'm working on it. I'm new to this. Bye.